I have to say, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Here I was thinking I was just gonna have another boring day to myself, just working on the things that I need to. Having a woman like you come approach me was the last expectation I had for today.
What do you mean, a woman like me?
Well, I'm not really sure how to put it in words. I guess someone with your unique characteristics?
Well, that's a really ambiguous way of putting it. You're trying to say I wasn't your type or something? If that's the case, you didn't have to accept my number in the first place. A simple no would have been fine. You didn't have to start texting me afterward and making me feel like I'm weird or something.
I'm sorry, wait, hold on. Don't get me off on the wrong foot here. Look, I probably made you really angry with that statement just now. I just want you to know, I don't have a lot of experience in this type of thing. Every now and then I might say something a little bit bizarre. Please, don't take it too personally.
Oh my god. You're just so cute. Did you actually think I was being serious right now? I'm just playing with you.
Oh, wait, are you kidding me right now? So you're not annoyed?
Of course not. I just wanted to see your reaction to it. You really aren't experienced with this type of thing, are you? That's so strange. Just by looking at you today, I could have sworn that you would have girls coming up to you all the time in that cafe. And when we were in there talking, you were telling me that you go there every day, right? I can imagine all the girls are coming up to talk to you.
Well, I can attest to the fact that that's not the case, actually. You've got the wrong impression of me.
Are you serious right now? Come on, don't try and hide them from me. Don't think that's going to deter me or anything. It's fine if you're a little bit of a ladies' man. I understand.
No, wait, you're not listening to what I'm saying right now. I'm trying to tell you that I'm not a ladies' man at all. I mean, I'm not really sure why you got that impression in the first place.
Are you kidding me? Just look at you. Tall, brooding man, focused on what he's doing. Doesn't care for what people are doing around him. You don't think us girls dig that type of thing?
Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, you're the first person to actually come up and talk to me in my whole life. I guess it's just that type of thing that you're into, and not all of them.
Oh my god. Wow. Are you serious right now? You're telling me that no girl at all has gone up to talk to you. They're just so missing out on a good package, and I got first dibs. Yay! Any girl with the right head on their shoulders would go for someone like you. I mean, are you actually being serious right now?
I'm trying to tell you that no one at all comes up to me.
Not even a little bit. You don't even catch them staring at you from time to time?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. I'm not really paying attention to what's going on around me. How could I tell if there was someone staring at me?
Wow. I get it. So you're always sitting there in your own world? Those guys that don't care about what's going on around them really turn me on. I mean, I just want to enter his world so badly. You really turn me on.
Wow, okay, I'm not really sure what to say to that, Ruby.
Why? Is this the first time a girl has actually complimented you or something? That's what you're going to tell me right now, aren't you?
Well, actually, I'm glad that you said it so I don't have to put it into words. But yes, that's the truth. Compliments aren't something that I'm too accustomed to.
Oh my god, that is just like so cute! So are you trying to say that I'm your first or something?
I guess that's one way you can put it, sure. You're the first girl to make me blush. Congratulations.
Come on, that doesn't make any sense. Stop pulling my leg here. I mean, sure, I guess it was funny at first, but now I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed.
You're getting annoyed about what?
About the fact that you keep trying to hide how much of an alluring, attractive guy you are. Like I'm telling you right now, it's fine. I get it. You can't help it if you have a million girls chasing after you.
I'm actually really confused right now, Ruby. I'm not really sure why you got that impression in the first place. I think I need to explain myself a bit more. I mean, here's the thing. I've been going to that cafe for a while now. I don't particularly go there to socialize or anything. I know it can be the type of place to do that thing. Every now and then I see a couple of people meeting each other for the first time. They usually exchange numbers and whatnot, but I've never had that happen to me before. This is the first time, honestly.
Okay, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, just take a look at the package that we're dealing with here.
Is that what you're calling me now? A package?
I mean, yeah, sure. Like, you're a pretty handsome guy, Adam. I can't imagine why girls aren't on their hands and knees in front of you 24/7. What's your secret? How many times do you go to the gym? I bet you must bench like a lot.
Oh, wow. You actually found out that I went to the gym? That's a pretty good guess.
What do you mean, guess? Just look at you. I feel like Michelangelo himself was the one sculpturing you. You're absolutely chiseled.
It's been a while since I've looked in the mirror, but now that I've noticed it, I guess you have a point.
Are you kidding me right now? You look like that and you don't even notice how beautiful you are? Don't lie to me. I know how you guys are like. I know how much you love posing in the mirror. I mean, check out us girls. We go for a little 10-minute walk and we'll be staring in front of a mirror for maybe almost an hour, seeing how much difference it made.
Maybe most guys enjoy doing that, but I'm a different breed. I don't exactly have the time to do that type of thing.
Oh, really? You don't have time to indulge in the results of your hard work? What makes you so different from everyone else? What makes you so busy? You don't have enough time to do a couple of poses here and there in the mirror?
No, I don't. I'm busy with a lot of things. The thing is, I'm a very driven type of person. I mean, in my eyes, the only thing that exists is me going to the gym and leveling up my career. I don't really care about anything else. I don't even care about the aesthetic result of going to the gym. It's purely to keep being healthy.
Are you serious right now? Isn't that like the only reason you would go to the gym in the first place? Why would you bother huffing and puffing, carrying around all those big plates if you're not even going to indulge in your own success? That just, makes no sense.
Well, obviously that's one pretty good benefit of it. I'm not gonna lie that it does add to an attractive appearance, but I'm mainly doing it for my health and longevity. I'm hoping to live for a very long time. I'm looking forward to a very happy life from this point on.
Really? Now, are you actually leading a happy life?
It sounds like you doubt me or something.
Of course I'm going to doubt you. From my perspective, it doesn't look like you're living life to the fullest at all.
Interesting. I wonder why you would think that would be the case.
Well, duh. Shouldn't it be obvious to you? How can you be this much of an amazing guy and not even have a girlfriend? I think you need to get your head out of your bank account and your hands off the dumbbells. Wouldn't you rather enjoy holding a woman in your arms? I'm telling you now, she will be a lot lighter than whatever you're pressing in that gym.
I hear where you're coming from, and it all makes sense. I'm not denying that a little bit of passion and romanticism would go quite well in my life. Unfortunately, it's because of those things that I'm doing what I'm doing.
What's that supposed to mean? Am I sensing a dark and brooding past here? Are you going to tell me some of your deepest and darkest secrets? Oh my god, I'm just so flattered. I mean, we only just met today, right?
I guess it's pretty weird for me to tell you everything about myself, isn't it? But I can tell you're very interested in me, so I don't see an issue with it.
Wow, you really don't have much experience with girls, do you? I mean, you're actually opening yourself up to me this quickly. That's okay, though. I absolutely adore a man with vulnerabilities. When a guy has so many good things going for him and he's just got that one thing that's troubling him, that's where I like to come in and repair him.
Yeah, well, you have to hear my story. You might not be so sure about yourself being the solution. The truth of the matter is that I've had a horrible history with girls. Like I was just mentioning how I don't really get approached that much, right? You're the first girl to actually compliment me. Besides my mother, of course. I guess with all the complimenting she gave me, it made up for all the girls that didn't compliment me.
God, you are just so funny. I still don't believe it when you say that, but go on.
Okay, well, it's the truth, and you're gonna start believing me after this. So, throughout my whole life, I've been screwed around by girls. I mean, it's been happening ever since I was in elementary school.
Are you kidding me? Even back then? Don't tell me some little brat actually broke your heart.
I don't know if my heart was broken, but it was definitely emotionally damaging for me. There was something different about this girl, though. She wasn't like everyone else. She seemed so pure and just focused on what she wanted to do. She didn't care about being socially popular or anything. Her and I drifted through the years. We were always in the same class. I always felt like it meant something. So time goes by and we're in our final year of elementary school. I decided to do something. I wanted to make a move on her.
Oh my god. Did you ask her out? That is just like so cute. I wonder how you did it. You know, with a sweetheart like you, I bet you bought her flowers.
Hold on a minute. How did you know that? Were you secretly in my class or something?
I don't know. Maybe I was. At the same time, I just have a really good sense for these types of things. I mean, I've been with my fair share of bad boys. I'm just trying to imagine the things that they wouldn't do.
Okay, well, for some creepy reason, you actually got it right. Yes, that's true. I actually did buy her flowers, and I didn't buy her just one single one. I bought her a bouquet. I chose all the flowers that I thought that she would like. I thought it was really sweet.
Oh my god. I'm liking where this is going. I don't know who this girl is, but I wish I was her. I would have been over the moon if you came up to me and asked me out like that. I would have dated you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well, maybe you would have appreciated it, but she's not like that. She kind of scoffed at me the moment I showed her the flowers.
What?
Yeah, she was laughing for a long time. She thought it was absolutely hilarious that someone like me would actually ask her out. She couldn't believe it. She didn't imagine it happening in a million years.
Oh my god! That little jerk! How could she do that? You were still in elementary school, right? I know that one must have cut deep into you. Don't worry, you can give those flowers to me anytime. I'll show you what gratitude looks like.
Well, thanks, Ruby. It's nice to hear that you would have appreciated it. But she didn't stop there to hurt me. She and I talked about it for a while. She wanted to know why I liked her. Me, being the idiot I am, I actually told her. I told her that I just really liked her atmosphere. I thought she was a really sweet and gentle girl, someone who's caring, someone I could imagine myself dating even when we're going to middle school. When we were talking about this, it seemed like she was listening attentively to me. It seemed like she actually cared about my feelings and she didn't want to hurt me.
Why do I get the feeling that something bad is going to happen here?
Well, I'm getting curious about why you're feeling that way too. Maybe this is an experience you're familiar with? Anyway, I told her that it took a lot of courage for me to do this. It already hurt enough that she was rejecting me. I asked her if she could do me one favor and just not tell anyone about it. Don't socially embarrass me in front of everyone. That was the last thing that I wanted her to do.
What did she do then?
Well, she looked into my eyes for a brief moment, contemplating my complexion, trying to read into how I was feeling. Then, before I knew it, she perked up a little smirk. She threw herself to me, gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then walked away, acting like nothing had happened.
Well, there you go. That's a happy ending after all. I have to say, it does hurt getting rejected, but there's nothing bad about this. I mean, think about it. You got a little kiss at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure you were thinking about that all night.
Well, you're not wrong about that. It definitely had some impact on me. I was getting some silly delusions in my head that night. Because of that kiss, my emotions were trying to convince myself that she actually liked me, that she actually saw something in me. I thought maybe I had a chance. I remember being up all night thinking about her, thinking about how I could talk to her more at school. What an idiot. I can't believe I would actually do something so stupid.
So you're trying to tell me that things didn't work out the way you wanted them to?
Of course not. I wouldn't be telling you this stupid story if they did. The fact of the matter is that I thought that when she gave me that kiss, it was a promise that she wouldn't tell anyone what happened. I guess it was just her way of playing with my feelings, perking me up a little bit so that she could destroy me the next day.
Oh my god. What happened? What did she do? You better tell me her name right now. If she hurt you, I'm going to be really mad. I'm going to go sort her out for passing up such a good item.
Look, as much as I'd love to tell you what she's doing now, I don't even know. I mean, I lost contact with her ever since high school. But anyway, the next day at school was one of the worst days of my life. I couldn't believe it. I walked into the classroom and there was just an uproar of people. I still remember the faces. Everyone cackling at me, pointing their fingers at me. I still remember when I was walking to my desk. I had spit flying towards me as they laughed. They all created a tune to make fun of me. I sat down and I looked over at that girl I asked to go out with me. She was cackling with her friends too, completely ignoring me. Then, all of a sudden, she looked over my way and blew me a kiss. Everyone laughed even louder, and I felt so ashamed at what I did.
Oh my god. She did not. She did not intentionally try to hurt you like that.
She did. That was one of the most horrible experiences of my life, and I should have taken it as a sign. I should have taken it as a sign that I need to give up on girls in general. I just need to focus on myself. I mean, thinking back on it retrospectively, the earlier the better. I could have become an awesome person by now if I just decided to do that when I was younger.
Are you trying to tell me that you've been chasing girls this whole time? I can hardly believe it. I mean, this is the guy that was so hesitant to give me his number in a cafe. I was the one that actually approached him. I was even giving you my cutesy reindeer eyes and everything.
Yeah, look, don't blame me for being on the cautious side. I mean, if you thought that story was bad, think about what happened when I was in high school. I had this friend of mine. He was a really good guy and we got along for a long time. Us being teenagers, we were absolutely obsessed about girls.
Oh boy, I can imagine. I mean, I have brothers. I remember exactly what it was like back then, being in the same household as them.
Well, if that's the case, then you know exactly how I feel. I still remember how it was walking around the school with him. I mean, people said that it was like watching an alligator walk around with a penguin. It was just such a bizarre sight to see.
Okay. Well, in what way was it bizarre? Is he super short or something? In my opinion, it wouldn't be weird to call you tall and ferocious. Something that's very similar to an alligator, right?
I'm not talking about our appearance. It's just the social standing that we had in the school. Unfortunately, my little experience at elementary school kind of affected my experiences when I was in high school. I already had this mentality that I was a loser. Carrying that mentality around made it really hard to talk to girls. But when your best friend is absolutely killing it out there, you can't help but feel pressured.
Oh, I see what's going on now. So you were hanging around the ladies' man, were you? I bet he was dating all the girls that you wanted to.
Is there any point of me explaining my own story? Seems like you already know me, page for page. He was a really good guy, though. He did his best to try and get me onto girls as well. He tried to give me some little bit of game, but I could never get the hang of it. There was something about me that was repulsive to them.
Come on, do you really expect me to believe that? I mean, high school goes on for a pretty long time, right? You're telling me that you didn't have one girlfriend during that whole time?
Well, I wouldn't say that's exactly the case.
Ooh, spicy. So tell me about it. She would have been your first kiss, right? I bet you were a bad kisser at first, huh? Don't worry, I like to teach.
Actually, no, we didn't even make it that far, to be honest.
Are you serious? You kept it at holding hands, huh? That's all right. We all have to start somewhere, I guess.
No, I mean that we didn't have any intimate contact with each other at all.
Okay, that's just plain weird. Are you sure you guys were dating, or is this some weird delusion that you created in your head?
No, look, we definitely were dating. This was another girl that I was chasing after. I was her friend for a long time, listening to all of her issues. She'd tell me about her boyfriends. She would tell me about all the guys screwing her over at school. She would even talk about my best friend. Every now and then, she would give me a compliment. She would say that I'm not like the other guys. She would say that I was the only one that understood her. I was the only one that actually listened to her. I honestly thought that I was going to have a serious relationship with her. I mean, I didn't even start dating her, and well, I truly fell in love with her.
Oh my god. You are just such a sweetie, aren't you? I can't believe these jerks. It's really unfortunate that you just keep meeting the wrong type of girls. I almost feel like a good person for the simple reason that I talked to you today.
Well, I'm hoping from the bottom of my heart that you're nothing like them, Ruby. I don't want to go through that type of experience again.
Anyway, so what happened with this girl then? What did she do? Did you guys even end up dating?
Yeah, we sure did. I used the same method that I used when I was in elementary school. I took her away from everyone so that no one could hear us. I asked her out in private. Her eyes lit up. She was so happy about it. She said that she was waiting for me to do it this whole time.
Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Team Adam manages to score finally.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much time to do my victory cheer. Our relationship was very short-lived. We started dating, and there was a lot of intimacy at the start. We were being a cute little couple, getting to know each other. Then there was this time when she just stopped messaging me in general. Her responses were getting slower and slower. I could almost feel like I was losing my relationship.
Oh boy. This sounds very familiar.
Yeah, so anyway, I went by not thinking too much about it. I don't want to make a big deal about nothing. Then comes along a day where there's an actual house party. I wasn't really keen on going to it, but my best friend managed to drag me into it anyway. When I got there, I actually saw her making out with some guy on the couch. At that point in time, I couldn't stop myself. I approached her to ask her what the hell she was doing.
Oh wow. She must have been so embarrassed after that.
You think she would, wouldn't you? Would you believe that I actually got the exact opposite reaction? She just looked me up and down, completely perplexed, and just asked who I am. It seems that she actually forgot who I was.
Oh wow. I wasn't expecting something like that. I have to say that type of treatment is going to hurt anyone. I can totally understand why you're not keen on dating girls anymore.
You can see where I'm coming from, right? But at the end of the day, it's not all that bad. I mean, it's because of that I'm on the path that I am right now.
Okay. And what path would that be?
Well, it's just the path of me working on myself. I mean, you mentioned that I look like I go to the gym, right? It was because of that particular experience in high school. The guy she was making out with on the couch definitely went to the gym. I mean, he was a roided out jock. He was absolutely massive. When I interrupted their fun, he actually stood up and threatened me. He was towering over me, acting like he would do something if I didn't walk away. I felt powerless. So I told myself to screw girls. Screw getting my emotions hurt again. Screw trying to be the nice guy. I'm just gonna go to the gym and pump iron. And well, look at me now. It's because I made that decision that I look the way that I do now.
Wow. That's really powerful. I mean, you took an extremely damaging negative experience and you actually turned it into a positive. Not many people can do that. I mean, I know so many people that experience pain and they just stumble. I find it so cool that you actually managed to overcome it.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was easy. I mean, working out is tough. It really hurts. There are plenty of days when you don't even want to go in there.
I can imagine. But I'm just so curious because I feel like you're only telling me one piece of the puzzle. There's just so many other things I want to know about you.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm hoping that you find out more about me in time. But now, I really want to know more about you, Ruby. I mean, I had to give you the cold shoulder today and just accept a number because of how busy I am. I'm really curious as to why a girl like you was interested in me in the first place.
Oh my god, there you go again. What do you mean, a girl like me? Is there something wrong with me or something?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was looking at the way that you were dressed today, and you don't look like the type of girl to go for a guy like me.
You have a problem with the way I dressed? Are you trying to say that there's something wrong with it or something? Just remember that I actually like you. You don't want to ruin your chances now.
Now, look, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, I think you should feel free to wear whatever you want, and that's not to say that I didn't like it. I mean, sure, it's exposing a lot of skin, but I still think it's quite attractive. Don't get me wrong, I just thought maybe you would go for those other types of guys.
What do you mean, those other types of guys?
I'm not really sure how to explain them. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about the guys that feel like they're constantly wearing cologne. The guys that have some sort of drinking arrangement every night of the week.
Oh, wow. Okay, I see what you're talking about. You're talking about those types of guys. The bad boys.
Yeah, of course. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it. The bad boys.
Okay, so I totally get it. I know the way I was dressed today was a little bit too much. I mean, anyone would think I work for some sort of weird streaming site or something, right? But the truth of the matter is that I'm not about that.
Okay, well, what are you about then?
Well, actually, yeah. The thing is that I love fashion.
Oh, I see. You're that type of girl.
Yeah, fashion is totally my thing. I love wearing all types of different clothes. That doesn't mean that I'm like some sort of skank or something.
Okay, well, what type of girl are you then, Ruby? I'm really curious to know.
Well, let's just say I'm a very genuine girl that's been screwed over a lot. Kind of like you. I really sympathize with your situation. I mean, you're not the only one that's been hurt by people.
Are you serious right now? A cute little puppy like you has been hurt by other people? I can't imagine anyone doing that.
Oh my god. Is this you trying to flirt with me? Adam, I think I need to teach you a thing or two. But yes, believe it or not, even someone like me has been screwed around by people. I've kind of had enough. I'm sick of all these little boys playing with people's emotions.
Wow, really? I hope you're telling the truth.
Hey, come on. You don't actually think I'm lying, do you? Then again, I can't blame you. I guess we only just met. I gotta explain myself a bit more. I've just kind of been drifting through life doing my own thing. Just ignoring all the guys I think would hurt me. Then I saw you today. There was something about you that made you different. Something about you that makes me think that you're actually a good person. And now that I'm getting to know you a little bit more, I actually think that's the case.
Do you really think so?
Honestly, I do. After hearing all your stories, I can't help but just feel more attracted to you.
Are you really sure I'm the right guy for you though, Ruby? I mean, I can tell you right now that I'm probably not like these guys that you've dated in the past. I can be pretty boring. I haven't gone to a party in a very long time. I haven't even been on a date. I don't even know what fun is. It's like you said, my whole life has just been working and working out. It's gonna take me a while to come out of my own shell. If you're expecting me to get absolutely wasted with you and start dancing on some stranger's car or something, I'm afraid you're gonna have to find someone else. I am not that guy.
Oh my god! I'm trying to tell you, right? I'm not like that at all. That's not the type of person I am. Don't judge me based on what I was wearing today. Please. It's a rare occasion, I promise you. I'm usually a lot more reserved. I like to go for the pretty look. I was just in one of those moods today, you know?
Okay. Well, I was just warning you if that's the type of person you were. What is it you want to do together then?
Oh my god. Are you serious? Well, let me think. You know, I just want to do cute couple stuff. I want to be able to walk through the park and hold each other's hands. What about you?
Wow, that does sound pretty nice to be honest. I wouldn't mind being in that type of relationship.
Oh my god, I know, right? You so totally get where I'm coming from. I just want that partner that I can be with forever. Someone I can cuddle at night. Someone I can give milk to.
Whoa, I'm sorry, what did you just say right now?
You and I both know what I said.
I'm not sure that I can really believe the words that just came out of your mouth.
Well, I guess the only way I'm gonna get you to believe me is if we actually do it in person, aren't I?
Hold on a second. Ruby, are you sure you want to be talking this way to me? I mean, we only just met. I know that we found out a lot about each other just now, but there's still other things we need to do. We need to, go on dates and stuff, right? We need to know how to react in certain situations. You need to have a good judge of my character. Let's not jump to that type of thing so quickly.
I'm not so sure about that. And you want to know what else I'm not sure about? I'm not so sure you're as busy as you're making it out to be. I think you have a lot of free time on your hands.
Just so you know, I care about my goals a lot more than my romantic life. Don't think I'm gonna put my finances and my own personal health at risk that easily.
Come on. Even you must be sick of looking at the computer all day. Be honest with yourself. If you are as busy as you say you are, you wouldn't be talking to me this much, right?
You may have a point there.
Exactly. So why don't we just cut out the little chit-chat and just get down to business? Tell me your address. And while I'm on the way there, prepare some nice dinner for me. I want to see you do your best to impress.
Hi, Adam. I'm just checking in to give you another thank you for all the help that you've given me today. Honestly, I don't know what I would do if you weren't there. I mean, that type of thing is just way out of my field. I could barely change the tire on my own bicycle as a kid, let alone my own car. You've really done an old man a solid here. My daughter was good to marry a man like you. I hope she's grateful for everything that you've been doing for her. Look, like I said today, not a problem, Mr. Smith. You're family now, so this type of thing should come naturally, right? I have to say, I was pretty surprised at the request you gave me today. I mean, I knew at some point I would have to teach someone how to change a tire on the car. I have every intention of being a father at some point, so I was expecting to be teaching my son that someday. Little did I know that I would actually be teaching my father-in-law. I don't want to put you down or anything, Mr. Smith, but is there any reason why you don't have any training in this type of thing? Yeah, well, look, not everyone can be a mechanic, right? We all got our special skill sets in certain areas. Okay, but you're trying to tell me that you didn't encounter a situation where the tire went flat as you were driving? Of course we did. There's a couple of times in my life where that happened. Thankfully, I had the old bird to sort everything out for me. I'm sorry? What are you saying right now? Are you trying to tell me that your wife did it for you? Yeah, look, that was her type of thing. She really liked to take the bull by the horns, you know? Oh, she was a good woman. She didn't want me to exert myself. I don't know if good woman is the appropriate thing to call her. I mean, she did leave you for some weird biker, right? He left you and your daughter all on your own. Well, what can I say? We can't all be perfect at the end of the day, right? We all have our faults. I don't want to hold a grudge against her or anything. I do hope she comes back someday, though. I don't know how to break this to you, Mr. Smith, but from what I heard, it sounds like she doesn't have any intention of coming back to you. I mean, I've even seen the pictures of her and the biker. She looks like a very invested woman that doesn't want to give that guy up. I don't think she has any intention of coming back to her family. Yeah, well, you never know. The winds might blow the other way every now and then. Anyway, you know what? This shouldn't be about me. It's very rare that you and I get an opportunity to talk to each other, isn't it? That's true. You have my apologies for that one. I have a lot of big things in my life, and time isn't one of them. It's very hard for me to spare time for everyone that needs it. I know that you're family and everything, and I honestly feel bad for the fact that I neglect you sometimes. Hey, look, don't worry about it. I know the type of guy that you are. You're very devoted to your mission and whatnot. You're trying to create an amazing future for yourself, right? And not only that, you're trying to do it for my daughter. Hey, you know what? How about we talk about you two? You guys getting along all right? You haven't had any issues in your relationship lately, have you? Well, look, not that I can think of. No, everything's going quite smoothly. Actually, you've got a really good daughter. Really? Yeah, you would think that because of her mother being the person she is and actually walking out of her life that your daughter would end up pretty bad. She's actually a really good person, though. Oh, really? Wow. I'm glad that you think that way. So, what is it about my daughter that you like anyway? That's a very interesting question. Your daughter and I have already been together for a very long time, and I expected you to ask me that type of thing at the start, Mr. Smith. Yeah, well, what can I say? Better late than never, right? I'm just really curious because a guy like you seems like you can get any girl. I don't really know why you would go for a girl like mine. Well, I'm not really sure why you would look down on your own daughter. You must admit to yourself that she's a good person, right? Or am I wrong about that? Oh, yeah, what? No, of course. Yes, she's an amazing girl. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that she's perfect or anything, but you know, you could definitely get worse than her, I guess. Yeah? Well, from day one, Ruby's always been so kind and sincere. She does her best to dress for me. She takes care of everything. She does the cooking, she does the cleaning, and mind you, I haven't even had to ask her to do it. In terms of having a really good partner, there's not much that she does wrong. Wow, are you serious right now? You haven't come across any issues at all? Not even one? It's interesting that you're talking about her in that way, Mr. Smith. Is there something I should be worried about? Is there meant to be a lot of issues in our relationship or something? Well, I mean, look, don't let me poison the air or anything. If you say everything's going fine, then I don't want to assume otherwise. Well, if there's something I should know about, Mr. Smith, then I'd definitely like you to tell me. I mean, this relationship is very important to me. I'm married to this woman. I'm thinking about having a kid with her at some point. If there's something I should be worried about, I want you to tell me. Yeah, okay, well, I don't want you to take anything I say too seriously. I mean, Ruby is her own adult now. She's probably very different now. Everything I say can be disregarded. So I probably shouldn't even get into it in the first place. Oh, come on. If there's something on your mind, I want you to spit it out. I mean, think about how much work I did for you today. My time is really precious. I could have been earning a lot of money with that time, and I was helping you change your tire on your car. Something that any guy should be able to do. If you have information that's going to help me, I want you to say it. Well, look, I guess you forced my hand then. Not much I can do about that. The thing is, Ruby's had a very interesting childhood. I'm sure you can assume as much from the fact that her mother walked out on her. Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I've always been curious about it. I mean, she is such an amazing person now. I can't imagine that she's just been this way forever. Well, it's good that you're starting to catch on. I'm going to assume that she hasn't always been this nice little princess, then? Of course not. Do you think someone with the background that she has would turn out completely fine? I mean, she's got history. My daughter is quite the train wreck if you look past the layers. Okay. Well, do you care to explain? I wish I knew that before I started marrying her. Now I'm starting to feel like I might have made a bad decision. Look, if she's taken a turn for the better, then who cares, really? But after getting to know you, Adam, I know for a fact that you wouldn't have dated her if she remained the person that she was in high school. Well, what type of person was she? Oh boy, I don't even know where to start. She was an abusive drinker, a little bit of a flirt too. She would constantly go around dating all the different types of boys in her high school. And when I say all the different types, I mean all of them. Are you serious right now? I am not gonna believe that. You know, Ruby herself told me that she doesn't like that type of behavior. She doesn't like girls that just go around sleeping with a lot of guys. Yeah, well, of course she's gonna tell you something like that. I mean, she wants to get on your good side, right? There's no way that she's gonna tell you about the horrible past that she had. You're definitely gonna get turned off by that. Okay, well, how bad is this? She only dated a couple of guys, right? That's not so bad. I can tolerate that, to be honest. Yeah, well, who are these guys that she was dating? That's a question that you need to ask yourself. There's something about my daughter. She hasn't exactly had what you would call a typical childhood. There's something about having her mother walk away from her that made her want to inflict pain on others. Are you kidding me right now? Are you and I talking about the same Ruby? Look, you're a really good guy, Adam. You see the best in your wife. I know you don't want to believe something like this, but I'm telling you the truth. That girl has broken a lot of hearts. I mean, you say it like it's true, but I just find it hard to believe. Do you really think that same girl that does anything to support her husband would stoop that low? Well, she did. She had a lot of experiences with the opposite sex. I mean, I remember I had boys coming into her room in and out all afternoon. That has got to be a lie. Even if that was true, are you really the type of father to just let your daughter do something like that? Well, look, that's not to say that I agreed with it or anything. My little Ruby can be quite overbearing. When she says she wants something, she gets it. If she wants things to be a certain way, she'll have it that way. And especially when it came to that, she was treating that like it was her main income. Oh, what a load of crap. You're trying to tell me that she was selling herself out there or something? Just selling her body to guys? Not only that, but as a high schooler? Look, who are you to doubt me? I mean, I'm in the same house as her. And let me just add that what she was doing in that room was very light. I think she was just having some fun with the boys, nothing too serious. She gave them a particular time limit. They all had 5 minutes, and then they had to leave afterwards. The moment they did that, another guy would just walk in. What are you telling me right now, Mr. Smith? Do you really expect me to believe this? You're trying to tell me that you had some weird line outside your house lining up for your daughter? And once again, how could you accept this? How could you just let your daughter do something like this? Look, she had a very intricate system. I mean, do you really think that I would walk outside and I would just have this massive line outside the house? They had some sort of system where the boys would wait in a certain location. I didn't exactly figure it out. She usually did that type of thing at around the same time that the cops program was on. She really planned that one well. I mean, I was too distracted by the TV program to actually do anything about it. True, being distracted is one thing. Maybe too neglectful is another word for it. You sacrificed your own daughter's dignity to watch Cops. Hey, come on. It is a great program. Even you have to admit as much. You're telling me that you didn't put up any protests to this? You just let these guys come into your home and make out with your daughter? Do you have any pride at all? Are you honestly okay with that type of thing happening? What are you saying right now? Do you hear me talking about this like I'm proud of it? What do you think my daughter does when I scold her for it? She goes absolutely ballistic. She goes crazy and starts trashing the whole place. She starts calling me the worst father in the world, calling me every name in the book. Honestly, become a father and then start to judge me. You'll know where I'm coming from. I know you're trying to tell me that it was a really difficult situation, but I find that hard to believe. That's if what you're telling me right now is the truth in the first place. In all honesty, I'm finding it very hard to believe this. It's just so unlike Ruby. I can't imagine something like this happening. Yeah, well, I've seen how that girl acts around you, my little Ruby. She's so different from how she used to be. I've never seen her act that way. She's a complete angel. I almost find it difficult to talk with her because I don't even know if it's the same person. So what you're telling me now is the truth? That's actually how she used to be? No word of lie. I'm her father at the end of the day. Are you trying to tell me that you don't have any issues at all? You don't see anything weird or suspicious pop up in her behavior? Well, look, honestly, like I said before, everything seems to be going perfectly. I mean, fair enough. If she had the past that you're talking about, I just have to take it for what it is. I mean, she can't change that at the end of the day. She's probably really ashamed of it. Okay, so you're actually telling me that there's nothing, like, nothing at all? Well, there are a couple of things, I guess, but I try not to think about it too much. Well, hey, even the littlest things can get so much bigger later down the track. It's best you talk about it. So, what's on your mind? Well, look, I'm very busy with my work, so I can't exactly be at home worrying about what my wife is doing. But I've noticed that she likes to stay in her room a lot. She actually locks the door. Interesting. Here I was thinking that you two would be sleeping together. I mean, you guys are a married couple, right? Okay, look, we definitely are. It's just that, I don't know, I guess it's something that we mutually decided. Oh, really now? So you two mutually decided that you're not sexually interested in each other. That sounds like a great marriage you have. Look, I don't want you to sit there judging my marriage. It has its perks. I mean, sure, there are things that we could work on, but things are functional. That's the main thing, right? Actually, I don't know. I guess you have a point. I mean, she locks the door, and then she also has soundproof equipment in there too. She made me pay for some really expensive stuff. Whatever goes on in there, she does not want it to be heard. Oh, that's quite concerning, to be honest. Don't you ever get curious about it? Don't you ever feel like taking a peek into that room? Well, trust me, there are times where I've actually tried. She goes absolutely ballistic. I mean, that little tantrum that you were describing when she was younger, that's probably the exact same thing that I'm seeing now. I mean, at the end of the day, I get it. She needs her privacy. That's important. I don't want to be intruding on that or anything. That's the main reason why I've been overlooking her behavior. She wants to be alone in her room, and that is fine. I have some things I don't want her to know about me either. So, yeah, I'm not pressing her too much on that. I don't know, I'd be a little bit more cautious if I were you. Be wary of that girl if you know what's good for you. Why are you telling me this? Aren't you meant to be her dad? Why would you try turn her against me? It's in your best interest that she stays with me, right? Look, I know I'm hoping for a happy marriage between you two. I also think that you're a pretty decent guy, so I'm just looking out for you. Please take what I've said into consideration. Well, I'm not sure what type of girl she used to be, but she's nothing like that now. She's everything that a partner could be. She's so different from all the girls that have screwed me over in the past. There is no way that I can believe that she's actually doing something wrong. But at the end of the day, you've done me a favor by telling me this information. So thank you for that. It's good to know my wife that much more. Hey man, this is just totally unfair. I mean, is this really the way that you treat your best friend? You only message him like once a year and stuff? Anyway, how are you? I know you're a big boy with your big boy boots now, so you don't have any time for a guy like me. But every once in a while you can check in, right? I mean, I miss you, man. I want to know what you're up to. Well, if it isn't Greg. Here I was thinking that you would be the one that's busy. Now you're actually the one that's messaging me, huh? I remember back in the day, it was always me being the one that was eager for your attention. Hey, come on. What are you talking about? You actually expect me to be the busy one here? Well, of course. You're busy chasing all those skirts, right? I don't know how I'm getting in your inbox when you have all of those girls messaging you right now. Hey man, a king can't be a king forever. At some point, he's got to step away from the throne. I mean, look, I've been having it really hard out there with the girls. I don't know what it is. There's something about my charm lately. It must not be working. The girls just don't chase like they used to. Yeah, well, I guess sweet talk can only go so far. I mean, I had a feeling that this would happen. I told you plenty of times, right? I said you had to work on the other areas of your life, not just the girls. A funny guy isn't going to be attractive forever. Are you kidding me? You think that's actually a good idea? Just be a boring old slob like you and just lift heavy stuff in the gym all day? Well, look, I'm a married man now to a beautiful girl, and we're about to have a kid soon. I don't know about you, but that sounds like I'm in a pretty good situation. You know what, man? You might have a point. I guess all those times I was wasting my day away just talking to girls, trying to meet as many as I could have been working on other things. I mean, I think it's so cool what you're doing now. You're about to be an executive in your company or something, right? That's like so cool, man. I didn't think that you would get that far. What are you trying to say? That you doubted me or something? I mean, no, I don't mean it in that sense. I just find it so good that it can't be true, you know? Okay, maybe I'm not phrasing myself properly here. I just want to say that I'm really proud of you, that's all. You've definitely come a long way in life, and that's something that I can admire. You've come a long way from that little runt that couldn't get a single girl under his arm. In the position that you're in, I can imagine you having any girl that you want if you really pleased. Well, look, I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, I'm not that type of guy. I mean, I've got a family to go look after. That's my number one priority. I don't want to be doing them a disservice and wasting time with some other girl. You know what? You were always a good guy. I'm really glad that you actually found a girl that treats you good. I mean, you really like her, right? You really think that she's the one for you? Look, man, if you would have asked me that 10 years ago, I would have told you that I'd be happy enough to just have a girlfriend in general. Just someone that stays with me. She could even cheat on me and I'd forgive her. Can you see how bad that is? I was that desperate for companionship. Little did I think that after all these years not paying attention to girls and just focusing on myself, that I would actually land a really good one. I consider myself pretty lucky, to be honest. Oh yeah? So what do you like about her? The better question is, what do I hate about her? I mean, I love everything about her. I love the way she smiles. I love the way she talks to people. I love the way that we work together and we operate as a team. Sounds like the perfect girl then. Look at you, man. You're in love again. Oh man, shut up. Okay, well, what about the way you guys interact with each other? Like, how intimate are you? If you love her this much, it must be crazy under the sheets. Yeah, well, maybe that's just one little thing that needs to be worked on. I'll have to say that we're not as sexually active as we used to be. I guess it's ever since she got that baby. Oh boy, yeah, look, you might have a point there. She's gonna feel hard feeling all beautiful when she's got that thing inside of her. It'll be a bit hard for her to get turned on and whatnot. But you know what? Put all that to the side. Once that little sucker is out of there, you'll have as much fun as you want. I've always appreciated you and your refined way of speaking. I have to say, I really did miss it. Anyway, what have you been up to? You said things aren't going too well for you on the dating market, right? Have you decided to find something better to do with your life than just talking to girls? Well, look, man, I've tried, but it's just really hard, you know? I mean, I've got myself a job now, which is something. Well, that's a start. Is it something that you enjoy? Well, let me put it this way. The job offers me a sparse 2 seconds of enjoyment every week. And that's when I open up my bank account and see the initial digits of how much money is in there. Look, the job is a job. It does what it has to do. It gives me a salary so I can put my money towards other things. Okay, well, I'm hoping that you haven't been putting it towards girls. I mean, I have to be honest, you're a pretty smart and charismatic guy. You could have taken your abilities to amazing places if you chose to. Tell me that you're putting your skills to good use. Tell me that your money is going to some sort of business venture or something. Yeah, well look, I'm not sure if I really want to answer that question honestly. I mean, I'm messaging you after all this time. I actually want you and I to get along with each other. Oh, come on, there's no point in hiding this stuff from me, Greg. Even if we restarted our friendship with each other, I'm gonna find out about it sooner or later. Come on then, where is this money going? Oh, don't tell me that you've been spending it on grandmas now. I can imagine that you would get that desperate. You know what? It is so amazing that a funny guy like you wasn't able to get a girlfriend all those years ago. I wonder what piece of the formula you were missing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have way more respect for me if I was paying the grandmas. Oh, I'm doing something a lot worse. Here we go. I wonder what I'm in for now. You're probably using your money towards some sort of toxic girlfriend or something. Or even worse, maybe you're putting it to some girl on OnlyFans. Actually, who am I kidding? A guy like you would never do that. I mean, no matter how far you say you've fallen, you would never go that low. Are you being serious right now? What are you talking about? You think it's really unlikely that I would put money towards OnlyFans, don't you? Oh no. Oh, don't tell me. Greg, you haven't, have you? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Not you. Anyone but you. Yeah, I knew you would be pretty mad when I told you about it. This doesn't make any sense. How could the guy that was getting every girl in the school stoop this low? What happened to you, man? Oh, I can't believe this. I know. I know you're disappointed in me, but you have to understand. I've been deprived of it for so long now. You can't really blame me. I can, actually. All you had to do was choose one of the decent girls and just stick with her. I had a feeling you and your habits were going to come back and bite you one day. How could you do something like this? Look, man, just think of things from my perspective. I mean, I've kind of developed an addiction here. You know how I was back then. I just couldn't get enough of the girls. I just loved them. They're such a good part of my life. I can't imagine going through this world without them. Okay, and so you think that giving money to a girl that doesn't even like you on OnlyFans is gonna satisfy your urge or something? I know it sounds crazy, especially to a guy like you, but you have to hear me out here. The girl that I'm giving money to is on a different level. Like, she's not like any of the other ones. I mean, the way that you talk about your wife is kind of the same way that I look at her. You're being stupid now, Greg. No matter how amazing she is, the fact of the matter is that you're just simping for her. Because if she's on OnlyFans, she can't be that great. There's definitely something wrong with her. Now, come on, man, don't say that. Look, I'm just gonna send you a photo and you tell me what you think. You're gonna start seeing where I'm coming from the moment that you get a look at her. Hold on a second. What is this? Greg, who is this? I know, right? She's quite the stunner, isn't she? She really takes you off your feet. Now look, I know I probably did something really bad here. You've probably fallen for this girl, right? That's a pretty tricky situation when you have a family and everything. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you her username. I mean, I'm a pretty disgusting, depraved guy, but there is no way that I'm going to let my best friend become that way. Greg, I want you to tell me the username of this chick right now. What the hell? Hey man, I thought you were better than that. I was only showing you this to make you realize how bad things have gone for me. I don't want you to actually get hooked on this as well. Look, you have a beautiful wife. Just pay attention to her. Don't turn out like me. Trust me, it is not fun having an addiction. It's not fun using every cent that I have on this chick. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to get noticed by her, you're going to have to give her big dollars. She's quite a popular item on there. Greg, I've had enough of this. Tell me the username right now. Hey man, are you okay? Just shut up and tell me the username.
Oh my god. You are like such a jerk. You know the rules of this house, right? You know you're not meant to just barge in here and intrude on what I'm doing. I cannot believe you would do something like that. I'm just so triggered right now. Do you have any idea what you've done? I want you back here. I want you back here right now. I want you to fix everything you've done.
No, Ruby, you aren't in the position to make any demands of me. I cannot believe you would do something like this. I can't believe that I would actually find out about it from my own best friend. Just what the hell is going on in your head? We're even about to have a child soon. How could you be acting this way?
Don't talk to me about what I can and can't do. You're the one that's in the wrong here. I told you so many times that you're not allowed in this room, right? I keep that thing locked for a reason. Don't you have any courtesy? Just kicking my door down and embarrassing me in front of everyone? Think about how all my fans would be feeling after you did that. Who do you think you are?
What do you mean, who do I think I am? The last time I checked, I was your husband, wasn't I? Do you really think I'm just gonna let stuff like this slide? You really are on another level. Ruby, honestly, I can't believe this.
Oh my god. So what? I don't get what the big deal is here. It's just a little bit of work on camera.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get you to say that once again, because that's not something that I was expecting to come out of my wife's mouth. Are you actually trying to tell me that you don't see what's wrong with you selling yourself online for a bunch of strangers to look at? Don't you see how disgusting this is? Like, think about it. Look at the state of you. It's quite clear that you're pregnant. Your stomach is massive. How could you reach this level of depravity? Actually, you know what? I can't believe that someone would actually pay for this. It is just sickening. You're meant to be preparing yourself for parenthood. You're meant to be putting in the hours studying and knowing what you have to do when that baby comes into this world. Instead, you would rather waste your time on that stupid stream. I can't believe that I've been sitting here respecting your boundaries this whole time. I honestly trusted you. From day one, I thought you were a good girl. You've been nothing but perfect in my eyes up until now. So am I meant to just believe that the person you were presenting to me this whole time was just a lie? Why would you do something like this, Ruby?
Oh, come on. Stop treating it like it's such a big deal. So what? I did a little bit of posing on camera. Are you really gonna get upset over a girl just having a little bit of fun? I mean, geez, you are just like so controlling.
Oh no, you don't. Don't you dare play that card. Don't you dare call me controlling for calling you out on your behavior. You can try and spin this one as much as you want, Ruby, but at the end of the day, you and I both know that what you did was wrong. The question is, why? Why would you do something like this?
Do you even need to ask me something like that? How about you use that big brain of yours? You're meant to be a smart guy, aren't you? You earn all that money at your work and can get promotions and everything. You should know people. So why do you think I would do something like this?
Well, I'm not really sure, Ruby. I mean, up until this point, I thought I knew who you were. This whole time you were telling me that you detested people who did this type of thing, and it turns out that you're doing it yourself. It's clear to me that you were lying this whole time. The real you is that disgusting monster posing in front of a camera with the baby inside of her. I honestly don't know why you would do this.
Oh my god. You just really don't understand girls, do you? Then again, I'm the real idiot here. I mean, what should I have expected? I was your first girlfriend, wasn't I? Of course you won't know anything about the way we operate.
We've already talked about this. I had a girlfriend before you.
Yeah, right. I'm starting to doubt if you and that girl even had a conversation with each other. The fact of the matter is that you're boring. You don't excite me at all.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, that's right. I find you boring. I mean, sure, whatever. You work hard and you go to the gym. You've bought us this amazing house and you look good, but there's nothing interesting about your personality. It's just work, work, work. Like, do you have anything else you do in your life? Do you even have any hobbies? You're just way too predictable. Like, think about it. Of course, the people that I meet on OnlyFans are going to be 100 times more interesting than you.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So at the moment you have a pretty decent boyfriend that even has his own house and treats you well? There's legitimately nothing that you can complain about? You also run an OnlyFans, which has God knows how many simps paying for your service. Just the mere fact that they pay for that type of content from a pregnant woman says enough about their character. Are you actually trying to tell me that you prefer the validation from them instead of the guy that's actually treating you properly?
Well, look, they're fun, so I don't see why not. Don't make me feel guilty about it. And you know what, Adam? I'm really sick of you talking about yourself like you're this amazing god or some sort of king. You keep thinking that you're so much better than me. Don't you understand that you got a pretty good girl here? I mean, a lot of guys would die just to be with someone like me.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't base your judgment off of the things that people are saying to you on that site. I'm telling you right now, just because they're giving you all this validation doesn't mean that you're actually going to respect one of them as an individual. If you actually met them in real life, I'd say you'd be pretty disgusted by who they are. I mean, look, one of them is actually my best friend. I had a chat with him and actually met up with him recently. He's not doing too well. He used to be an awesome guy, super sociable and amazing with women, and now he's just some loser that lives with his mom. He's growing out his beard and he doesn't shower. Now, you tell me, is that honestly the type of guy that you respect and want to hear validation from? Do you want to hear validation from some guy that doesn't even earn anything above minimum wage?
Oh my god. You are just so clueless. Like, you think you're so smart, Adam, but you actually don't know anything at all. You're just so quick to judge what I'm doing on our OnlyFans. You don't even know the opportunities that it presents to me.
I'm sorry, but I honestly don't. What are these deluded opportunities that you're thinking about? Do you think it's worth trading your dignity for a quick buck? You're not going anywhere on there. And besides, I don't understand why you would enjoy doing that type of thing when you have a decent family right now. You've got a guy that's taking care of you, and we're about to have a kid soon. Honestly, Ruby, what is going through your head?
Alright, just shut up. Do you really think that you're the best guy out there, Adam? You don't think I can do better than you? Well, I'm telling you right now, I found someone. I found someone that's everything that you are and more. How does that make you feel? You really gonna start dissing the platform that I've been using now and it's actually helped me this much?
What are you trying to say? That you met some sort of Prince Charming on a website like that? I find that hard to believe.
You know what? What if I have? You should really stop it with the cocky and arrogant attitude. You have no idea what you're talking about. You think I'm just using that site to sell myself to a bunch of weak individuals. But actually, that's not the case at all. Being on that site offers me the opportunity to expose myself. I can put myself out there and just wait for a rich and powerful man to snatch me up. He can rescue me from this horrible and mundane lifestyle that I have to endure every day.
I'm sorry, but what part of your life is horrible and mundane? You have it pretty easy if you ask me. Ever since you and I started our relationship, you haven't worked one day, and that's exactly the way that I wanted it to be. I thought you were a great girl. I didn't want you to trouble yourself with the labor and pain of working. I give you a cozy home to live in. I give you enough money to satisfy yourself. Anything you need, I'm able to provide for it. So what is so horrible about your situation?
The part that sucks is that I'm married to a robot. I mean, there's just no soul in you. You don't do anything fun.
Well, look, honey, I don't know if you remember this, but a long time ago I told you to be prepared for that. I warned you, didn't I? I warned you what you were signing up for. I told you what you were getting yourself into, and you said it was fine. You said it was your thing. Now you're gonna sit here and tell me that you actually hate that part about me? Honestly, you're a joke.
Yeah, whatever. You can insult me as much as you want. Do you really think I care? I'm done with you now, Adam. I'm moving on to greener pastures. You're just another ex to me. There's nothing special about you.
What did you just say?
Yeah, like I just honestly don't care. We're gonna break up after this, aren't we? I'm kinda glad that we're doing it now, not later. Let's just get things over and done with.
You're seriously gonna play that one with me, aren't you? Do you even realize the consequences of your actions? Are you that quick to break up with me? What do you mean by greener pastures?
You really want me to sit here and explain it to you? Fine. I'll tell you then. The truth of the matter is that I've actually found someone.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. That must stink. You thought it would never happen, didn't you? Well, guess what? I found someone better than you. He's funny, he's handsome, and he's got the same amount of money as you.
Ruby, how could you do this?
What are you talking about? All I'm doing is leveling up. Can you really blame me for doing that? Maybe you should have worked on the other areas of yourself and then something like this wouldn't have happened.
I don't believe what I'm listening to right now. So that's it then, is it? You found someone else and you want to move on. You want to get rid of me.
That's right, buddy. You and I are through now, but don't think it stops there. As you said, I've got a little baby coming along the way. I'm going to need some money to support this thing. I don't want you trying to escape your responsibilities or anything.
Well, isn't that just great? Here you are doing something behind my back. I catch you out and then you actually try to push the child's responsibilities onto me. How am I meant to know if the kid is mine in the first place? For all I know, it's the guy that you're dating at the moment.
How about you just shut your mouth? I know what you're trying to do right now. You've already experienced a heavy loss and you're trying to mitigate it further. You and I both know that this child is yours.
Actually, no, we don't. I don't even know how long you've been seeing this guy. I don't even know if you've been seeing any more guys than him. I mean, let's take a look at the facts. It seems that your OnlyFans has been active for a long time now. You could have been seeing multiple people. I don't have any guarantee that the kid's mine. There is no way in hell that I'm paying for child support.
Yes, you are. It's your responsibility.
No, I'm not. Not until I have some sort of DNA test. I am not paying a cent.
Oh my god. You are just really ticking me off right now. Stop saying things to annoy me.
I'm not saying this to annoy you, Ruby. I am just speaking it as it is. I don't have any obligation to help you. Until I see DNA results, I am not paying for that kid's welfare.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Don't you dare come back to this house. I don't want to see your face.
Well, take a look at the facts, honey. At the end of the day, that's not your house. If my face disgusts you that much, then you're gonna do the right thing and get your stuff out of there. You've got a new guy that you can run to, right? You say that he's as powerful as me, so he should have his own home. I'm sure he'll accommodate you if he actually likes you. So go on then, I'll give you the whole night to get your stuff out. With this help, you should be able to get it done in no time.
Oh my god, babe. I miss you so much. What are you doing right now? I've been waiting for you to message me for ages. Did you see my stream? That was probably one of my best. I hope you did. I had like a ton of donations today. All of those guys watching my stuff are a bunch of suckers. Just remember that every little dollar I get is going towards us. It's for us and our future. So, hey, can you actually invest in me back for once?
Oh, hey babe, sorry. You know how busy it is being me, right? I'm a very preoccupied guy. I've got a lot of businesses that I need to manage. But you know what? That doesn't matter to me though. Because at the end of the day, the real rock star is my girlfriend. Everything about you, babe. And don't worry, I watched that stream. You're absolutely killing it on there. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I want you to keep it up.
Hey, come on. You can't just be saying things. How do I know that you were actually watching it or not?
Oh, wow, you're seriously gonna doubt your guy? Of course I was watching it. Why would you doubt me?
Okay, well, if you were actually watching it, what was going on in the stream? I did a couple of special things. You should be able to name me one of them.
Oh, wait, what? What did you just say?
Yeah, come on. If you're really one of my biggest fans, you would have seen what I was doing on there.
Oh, come on, babe. This isn't really necessary, right? Like, you don't need to test me like this. The fact that you don't need to test me is testimony to how good our relationship is, right? Let's just avoid this area and...
No, come on. I want to hear it. Tell me your favorite part of the stream. What was the part that you enjoyed the most?
Okay, okay. Let me think. Oh, well, there was a lot of stuff that happened. So I need a little bit more time to, fully assess it and whatnot. So I think the part where you smeared yourself with mud was a pretty interesting part. I could totally see a lot of guys getting off on that.
Alex?
Yeah. What's going on, babe?
You're trying to tell me that you enjoyed the part where I smeared myself with mud?
Yeah, totally. That actually happened, right?
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
You aren't mad, are you?
Of course not. I can't believe that the part that I put the most effort in and the part that I was thinking about you the most was the one that you actually liked. Like, oh my god, that's such a coincidence. I knew you were the best boyfriend in the world. I knew you would think that was the best part of the show. You're such a sweetheart, Alex. I know I chose the right guy. I'm so happy I got rid of that loser, Adam.
Oh, right, yeah, that guy. How's it been going between you and him anyway?
Oh, come on. Do you really want me to talk about that stick in the mud? Fine. I guess I'll give you an update. Him and I are officially divorced. We're not together anymore. But guess what? You know that little baby that we have coming along the way? The fact of the matter is that there's a high chance that he's the father. At least in his mind. But you know what? Deep down inside, I know that the baby isn't his. I know that it's yours, Alex. I can just feel it. Whatever energy that's inside me, I know it's your energy.
Damn, that sucks, babe.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, look, if it was his baby, we could have gotten the child support for it. That's just a little bit of extra money on top of our finances. I would have totally accepted a couple more dollars here and there.
Oh my god, babe. You're not getting it at all, are you? That's exactly what we're going to do. You see, I'm going to make it out that it's his child. I'm going to have him paying for that kid as long as I can. And where's all that money going? It's going to go directly into our pockets. Aren't you happy? Aren't I a good girlfriend?
Oh my god, Ruby, babe, you're absolutely amazing. I can't believe you would think about something so smart. That is a great idea.
I know, right? We'll be pinching money off him and using it to raise your kid. Such a good plan, isn't it?
Well, that's my girlfriend for you. Anyway, listen, I know that you're doing great and everything, but I have a little favor to ask. You're earning a lot of money on that OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, that's great. There's this little business opportunity that I'm thinking about opening up. The only problem is it's gonna cost a bit of money. Do you reckon you have enough to spare me $100,000?
Oh my god, babe, of course I do. But hey, you're pretty successful with your business and everything, right? How come you don't have the money for this type of thing?
Okay, well, I do, but you know, why take the risk? I don't want to risk my other businesses crumbling when I don't need to. I think it'd be better if I just get the money from you.
Well, you know what, babe? Don't worry about it. You'll get your money. I know you're a smart guy. I know I can trust you with it. Anyway, I'm going to come see you soon. I just miss you so much. Okay, am I in some sort of weird dream or something? Or is what I just saw on television actually true? Is that guy they're presenting on the show actually my former husband? Is that actually you, Adam? Come on, tell me it's not true.
I had a feeling something like this would happen. I knew after you saw a little bit of my success, you'd come running back to me. What do you want, Ruby?
Hey, come on. Don't talk to me that way. I'm just really surprised at what happened. I honestly can't believe that's my husband there. I mean, you've actually created an application that's a hit worldwide. They said that you're earning so much money from it. How did you do something like this? I thought you just worked in a normal company job.
Why do you think I was working so hard in the first place? Do you really think that I wanted to do that for the rest of my life? Of course not. I've been working on something like this for a long time now.
Okay, well, tell me about it, because I only saw the end of the program and I didn't get many details. Apparently you made some sort of dating app or something?
Something like that, but I don't know why you're interested in it. You're the exact type of person that I don't want on that app.
Well, hey, come on. At least tell me what it's about. I know you hate me and everything, but this is some big news.
Fine, I can let you in on a little bit of it. I mean, you're gonna find out about it at some point anyway. Basically, you already know the history that I have with girls. In fact, you're the one that contributed to that history. The truth of the matter is that there are a lot of people out there who are having a hard time trying to find that one partner that they can be with for the rest of their life. This is something that I'm quite passionate about, actually. I wanted to create something that actually helped people.
Wait, how do you do something like that?
Well, basically, this application has a feedback system so that people can rate the experience that they had with a particular person. So, someone like you, Ruby, who's another complete piece of crap that doesn't care about other people, wouldn't do so well on there. You'd have a hard time trying to find yourself a date, whereas someone who has been generally treating people properly is going to have some positive reports on them. So, even if a date doesn't work out for two individuals, at least they've created some sort of social evaluation for the next person. It's a fantastic idea, and people are eating it up.
Oh my god! Wow! That is just so cool! I can't believe you did something like that! You really are a smart guy, Adam.
Yeah, well, I don't need you to tell me that for me to realize it. Anyway, I am done talking with you.
No way! Are you serious? We have the history that we do, and you don't even want to talk to me?
Of course I don't. Ruby, you made your decision. You wanted to go hang out with some rich, handsome guy that was way better than me in more ways than one. Well, you know what? That is fine. I moved on. You can go back to him. Enjoy him.
No way! You don't understand. That guy was a total piece of crap. He absolutely used me.
Oh yeah? I wonder what happened this time.
Oh my god. You're just not going to believe it. So all of that stuff about him being rich and everything was all a lie. It turns out that he had a little scam on OnlyFans.
Oh really? I wonder what type of scam this was.
It's so mean. I feel sorry for all the girls on there. He uses his good looks and charm to talk the girls up, make them feel special about themselves. He even puts in a pretty decent donation to get himself noticed. Then slowly, over time, he'll find a way to meet us. That's when he puts the charm onto 100% and gets us to fall absolutely in love with him. Do you know what this guy did to me? He actually made me give him $100,000. Can you believe that? And from what I hear, it's not the first time either. He's been doing this to everyone. He keeps using the story that he needs a bit of extra money to start up his new business or whatever. It's all a scam and every one of us is falling for it.
Wow, would you look at that? Well, I don't really know what to tell you, Ruby. You get what you deserve at the end of the day. I mean, I've heard about all the things that you did in high school. I heard about the number of hearts that you broke. You really don't care about your fellow person, and it's about time someone didn't care about you.
Oh, come on, Adam. Please don't say that. You gotta help me. I know there's some part of you that still loves me. I mean, there's a part of me that's still that little angel that you were adoring, right? Just give me another chance. I know we can get back together. I know that we can be what we used to be.
Like hell I'm gonna do that. Do you think I'm gonna disrespect myself that much? No way. I'd rather stay single for the rest of my life.
Oh, really? So you would rather do that and put your own child's life at risk? Are you really going to neglect your own responsibility?
What are you talking about?
Don't forget that I'm the one carrying your child.
You know what, Ruby? Don't worry about that. There's a part of me that just knows that kid's not mine. I can't tell you why that's the case, but I can just feel it. Anyway, goodbye now. I'm a very busy man. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm not busy at all. I'm gonna go enjoy myself. I am a free man after all. I don't have to work for anyone now. I just let my little app do its thing and I make money. I'm enjoying paradise and you're not gonna get a slice of it. I had a gut feeling that that kid wasn't mine. And what do you know? We did a DNA test and that turned out to be the case. Ruby did her best to grasp at whatever she could. She was trying her best to find anything that would pull me back to her, but the moment I've been wronged once, I don't want to be wronged again. I left her out there on her own. She did what she could to support herself. She tried to be independent. She tried to raise a baby and do her OnlyFans at the same time. Unfortunately for her, people got turned off very quickly the moment they found out that she had a baby and she was doing that type of thing. She lost followers instantly. I guess even the most depraved of individuals have some sort of standard. I know for me personally, seeing a mom on an OnlyFans breastfeeding her child as she's doing that type of thing is quite a disgusting sight to see. Knowing that she couldn't rely on herself, she had to rely on whoever she could. The only person she could go to was her dad. I mean, she lost all of her followers, and they don't have any respect for her. That guy, Alex, is off to the wind. She's never gonna find him again, so her dad was the only option. Unfortunately for her, her dad is as hopeless as can be. If he couldn't even change a tire, how could he do anything else? The guy was absolutely hopeless in trying to help Ruby. His heart might have been in the right place, but in practicality, he was quite the hindrance. I guess he gets what he deserves as well. It's clear that he had some neglectful attitude towards Ruby as she was growing up, and now he's paying for it. I hope he regrets all those times he didn't put his own daughter in her place as he just sat there watching cops. As for me, on the other hand, things are going quite well. The app is gaining more and more people. I had many reports of people finding their lifelong partner. It's bringing a smile to my face every day. It eventually got to the point where I felt like I was ready for that type of thing too. I mean, if I'm going to develop an app like that, I have to be an example of its success as well. So I decided to put myself on there. I was very secretive about my character. I didn't want anyone to find out who I was. After going through a couple of people, I managed to find that one girl that was right for me. She is so sweet, and she is pretty much the exact same person that Ruby was before I found out who she really was. Before I actually married this girl, I did some proper research into her family and what she was like. I now have a pretty detailed timeline of the type of life she's lived up until this point. I know full well in my heart that she's the one for me. I'm looking forward to bringing her into my family. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video.